You've probably been told not to judge a book by its cover. But in this day and age, most people look before they listen. So in this video, we're going to look at how you can shape up your style to get more eyes and ears engaged with your music. Before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. I am bald. People don't tend to stop me in the street and ask me where I got my trainers from. I'm not the world's leading fashion expert, but I do have vast experience in building brands, helping people to communicate who they are visually. So in this video, whilst I can't teach you how to be cool, because I'm kind of still working on that myself, I'm going to help you to shape up your style. When it comes to being on this side of the camera, a lot of people struggle with one thing, and that's confidence. You can feel so exposed and vulnerable when you put your face online, when you take that picture, when you produce that video. I remember when I started the Homegrown Worship project in 2018, I began producing videos, talking to the camera. I was paralyzed with fear. I was really worried about what people might say online. People might make fun of my hairstyle or lack of hairstyle. Does a bald person have a hairstyle? That's a good question for the comments section. Now, I want to encourage you with this. It doesn't matter if some stupid people post some stupid comments. If people don't like the way that you look, it really doesn't matter. I found more often than not, when people attack you, others come to your defense. So I want to encourage you with this. You have songs that only you can write. You have songs that only you can sing. You have a message that only you can deliver. You only get one shot at this life, one shot at sharing your music with planet Earth. And the more prolific you are, the more photos you take, the more time you spend working on your branding, the more videos that you produce, the better you will get. And you know what? That's going to help you to grow your confidence, and you can ignore any of the voices, whether internal or external, who want to slow you down in your progress. Okay, so here are 5 ways that you can shape up your style. The first thing you need is a likable logo. Your logo is the heart of your brand ID. You need to make sure you get it right, because it could end up appearing everywhere over many years to come. Your logo needs to pop off the page. It needs to stand out from the crowd on the festival poster. It needs to communicate who you are in the smallest possible space. When I think about developing new logos for brands, businesses, or artists, I start by choosing an initial font or several different fonts, and I whittle it down and think which are worth developing. Then you might change one of the letters. You look at the line spacing, the letter spacing. Keep things black and white to begin with, and then develop your color theme. Think about colors the logo would work in. How might your peripheral branding work? What kind of typography will you use on your press kits? What will you use on your website? Get a group of fonts that work together. And then you might introduce an emblem. Let's take rocket fuel, for example. My good friend Ben developed this. He changed up the letter spacing. He developed a really simple concept. He added an emblem with the rocket. And then recently, we developed our own mascot, Archie the astronaut, and he appears on our branding. We had an amazing designer called Joe do this animation from scratch. Now, I'm all for upskilling. Do whatever you can on Canva and Photoshop, but don't be afraid to hire a professional to help you with your logo and brand ID. The second thing you need are professional photos. It's incredible what you can achieve on your own with a smartphone, but ultimately there are experts who've mastered the art of telling a story through a still image. When you find these people, when you come across someone whose work is amazing and you're like, wow, this is awesome, ring them up, hire them, book them for a shoot. You might not be able to afford to hire a photographer every couple of months, but make sure at least once a year you're getting fresh images with someone who knows how to bring the best out of you so you can tell your story as an artist. The third thing that you need is beautiful branding. When it comes to a presentation of your brand, you need to make sure things are consistent, coherent, cohesive. It actually makes me really upset when I see someone advertising an event and the flyer has just too many different fonts and the color schemes all over the place, or when people send me a link to their website and it looks like a jumble sale. If you want to have a strong brand, you need to spend time making sure everything works together. The fourth thing that you need are sharp socials. When it comes to social media, there is so much content. People aren't very forgiving if the first thing they see doesn't look really good. Perhaps it's time to declutter your Instagram posts, get rid of the old posts that just aren't working or don't tell the story particularly well. I just went through our YouTube channel and decided to update quite a few of the thumbnails. They just didn't look good enough. I want to encourage you, go the distance with sharpening up your socials. It'll be worth the effort. And here's the fifth and final point. You need to employ fascinating fashion. When it comes to fashion, you need to be a trend setter, not a fashion follower. You need to take risks. You need to do things which get attention. Now, you don't need to necessarily wear a dress made out of meat like Lady Gaga did, but it's certainly got people talking. If all you do is try to blend in with the crowd, it's not going to help you get interest or engagement around your music. Music and fashion go hand in hand. Punk started out when Malcolm McLaren, a producer, started dating Vivienne Westwood, a fashion designer. You need to be brave and bold with your fashion choices. Now, I'm not the expert here. Again, I don't even have any hair. What do I know about fashion? But I know what gets interest and attention, and it's not people who want to blend in, it's people who want to stand out. Okay, so to close out this video, I have two questions for you. When it comes to branding, out of 10, how confident are you? And secondly, what would help you to grow in confidence? Please post an answer in the comments section. I love to read what people have to say. I'm happy to answer any questions as well that you post within reason, obviously. But make sure you tune in for the next session. We have so much good stuff to teach you through this channel.